Now we're going to touch base also with Emma, who's beside. Betty, what do you want to do with some cash?
I would love to take my husband and my daughter to Canada.
Yes.
And I have a family there who've never met Georgia, so...
Oh, terrific. Beautiful.
See them.
All right, let's go introduce the little one. 1 minute on the clock, Betty. Best of luck.
Thank you.
And your time starts. Now, which letter is silent in the word crumbs?
B.
You.
B. The Stig is a character on which British TV
Top Gear.
motoring show?
Pass.
Top Gear. After the elephant and white rhino, what is the third largest living land mammal?
Giraffe.
Elephant.
Hippo. In Cockney rhyming slang, if a person is on their Jack Jones, they are what?
Pass.
Alone. In the film Batman Forever, which villain says, riddle me this, riddle me that?
Riddler.
The Riddler.
Correct. In 2016, A-League star Aaron Moy was signed by which Manchester City. Reopened in 2016, the Arthur's Seat chairlift is in which Australian state?
Victoria.
Victoria.
Correct. A necktie is normally partially hidden under what part of a shirt?
Collar.
Correct. Which religious leader has the Instagram handle Franciscus?
The Pope.
Pope Francis. Very lucrative activity needing minimal effort is a license to print what?
Money.
Pass.
Money. What citrus tree did Peter, Paul and Mary sing about in 1962?
Apple.
Lemon. Betty.
Yeah, apple's not a citrus, dear.
$6,000 for your cash builder. Take a little bit.
Lemon tree, very pretty, and the
I think
lemons
will
are
suit you
so
a lot
sweet.
better.
Okay.
Here
But
comes
the
net.
fruit of your lemon is impossible to eat.
Hello, Betty.
Hello.
Now, don't worry about that cash builder. You know, just like Taylor Swift, when she came out of that disastrous relationship with Jake Gyllenhaal, got to shake it off.
Shaking it up.
There's still 1 minute on the clock, and your time starts. Now, a lyric from the rhyme, Rain, Rain, Go Away, is Come Again Another What?
Day.
Correct. The 90s film 10 Things I Hate About You stars Australian Heath who?
Ledger.
Correct. In which Australian capital city is Paddy's Market next to Chinatown?
Sydney.
Correct. An attempt to discredit someone before they speak is known as poisoning the what?
Well.
Pass. Well, for which country is swimmer Jeff Hugel an Olympic medalist?
Australia.
Australia. Correct. The Italian cured meat guanciale is made from the cheek of what animal?
Pig.
Pig. Correct. In which UK country is the University of the Highlands and Islands?
Scotland.
Scotland. Correct. The term docudrama is a portmanteau of drama and which other
Documentary.
word? Documentary. Correct. Who plays the title role in the Australian TV drama Jack Irish? Pass. Guy Pearce. Which homophone means to give up power and the object at the centre of an avocado? C. Correct. On a standard analog clock face, what number is directly opposite the 10?
4.
4. I think we just missed it on the buzzer. Still, a great effort. No need to be worried about that. 16 together.
Yes.
Desktop Publishing.
Absolutely.
1 minute on the clock. Best of luck. Your time starts now. Unsolicited sales pitches are known as what temperature calls?
Pass.
Cold calls. To which Australian Prime Minister did the slogan Kevin 07 refer?
Kevin Rudd.
Correct. Potentially harmful rain with high levels of hydrogen ions is called what rain?
Acid.
Correct. J. Edgar is a Clint Eastwood film centred on which historical figure?
Edgar Hoover.
J.
FBI.
Correct. An 80s hit song for Belinda Carlisle was Heaven is a Place on what?
Earth.
Correct. King George VI ascended the British throne after the abdication of whom?
Pass.
Edward VIII.
Yeah.
A vacant or unfocused gaze into the distance is known as a
Yard
1,000-yard what?
stare.
Stare.
Correct. How many letter U's are in the name of the US city Honolulu?
2.
3.
2. Luke Hodge replaced Sam Mitchell as captain of which AFL team?
Hawthorn.
Correct. What surname is shared by country music star Faith and actor Jonah?
Hill.
Hill.
Correct. What canine-sounding term denotes a team given little chance of winning?
Pass.
Underdog.
Yeah.
Gee, well played. Good stuff there.
Thank you.
$14,000 for your cash builder. Just got to get you back to that desk. Come on.
Hello, Jean.
Hello, how are you?
Very well indeed.
That's
And
good.
I'm impressed. You're a nurse who likes cooking. I'd love to come over for a meal sometime.
You're
You
more
cook
than
it for
welcome.
me and then administer the right dose of antacid. Not saying your cooking is bad. I just get really bad indigestion.
Team, let's hope we can use it wisely.
Yeah, all right.
Best of luck to you. Hands on buzzers. And your time starts Now, a common idiom for failing spectacularly is to crash and what?
Burn.
Burn.
Correct. In which country was Socceroo Tim Cahill born?
Australia.
G. Australia.
Correct. Which territory on the Iberian Peninsula belongs to the UK?
Mark.
Oh, Gibraltar.
Gibraltar. What is the former name of the national holiday, Canada Day?
Betty. Pass.
Dominion Day. A team of Disney chipmunk characters are Chip and who?
Dale.
Correct. In which decade did pop star Leo Sayer first tour Australia?
70s.
Mark.
70s. Correct. A common term for a remote place is the what of Burke?
Back.
G. Back.
Correct. In which country is the Nevis bungee the highest bungee jump?
Japan.
New Zealand. Correct. In which of the arts is a grand jeté commonly undertaken?
Ballet.
Correct. Twinings Tea Company was founded in which century?
19.
30. 18.
Correct. What type of sport takes place at the Hamburger Wren Club?
Soccer. Soccer.
Mark.
Soccer. Horse racing. Which French duo released the 2001 album Discovery?
Dan.
Daft Punk. Rose Porteous was married to mining magnate Lang
Hancock.
Hancock. Correct. From what natural fibre is the fabric muslin normally made?
Mark.
Flax.
Oh, cotton. Lee Hsien Loong is the third Prime Minister of which country?
Singapore.
G. China.
Singapore. For what word is the informal term convo an abbreviation?
Conversation.
Conversation.
Correct. In business, WIP stands for what in progress?
30.
Work.
Correct. How many assistant referees officiate at an EPL soccer game?
Mark.
2. Correct. What nationality was film director Akira Kurosawa?
Japanese.
Japanese. Correct. In which Australian city is the suburb of Colonel Light Gardens?
Adelaide.
Mark.
Sydney. Adelaide. The initials ITF stand for the International Tennis what?
Federation.
Correct. In which country was supermodel Cindy Crawford born?
USA.
G. America.
Correct. Which New Zealand city has the... Oh, not a bad effort there, team. Not a bad effort at all. 19 steps. It's good.
It's good, it's competitive. And Betty, I like that you drink Twinings tea. Seem like your tea, apparently.
19 steps it is right now. Final chase after these news headlines.
Tonight on 7 News, a drowning death in Melbourne's southeast. Details at 6. A retired Melbourne doctor faces court charged with dozens of sex offences. An emergency warning issued for Gippsland communities as a bushfire burns out of control. Drug traffickers targeted in a crime crackdown in Richmond. The death of popular Australian model Annalise Brackensee. English football star Wayne Rooney arrested. And all the highlights from the Golden Globes. Details at 6.
Thanks to the newsroom for that. 19 steps, as you said, very competitive. You'd hope that somewhere along the way you might get a pushback or two. Best of luck. Issa, are you right?
Yes.
It's time for the final chase. Issa, your time starts now. Who is the father of fellow US singer Nancy Sinatra?
Oh, Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra.
Correct. A phrase that means applying to all is across the what?
Board.
Correct. For which NRL team was Boom, the lightning bolt, a mascot?
Melbourne Storm.
It's gone.
Stop the clock.
It's got to be Melbourne Storm if it's got lightning in it, isn't it?
NRL team was Boom, the lightning bolt, the mascot.
We think it's Melbourne Storm.
You are correct. Well done, Melbourne Storm. That's where you find lightning bolt, I guess. Chaser needs 18, 1:41 on the clock. And your time restarts. Now, to which UK country does the Isle of Islay belong? Scotland. Correct. Meaning friend, the word amigo is borrowed from which language?
Spanish.
Correct. Wes Anderson directed an adaptation of which Roald Dahl book?
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Correct. A common rhyming phrase is do the crime, do the what?
Time.
Correct. What is the two-letter name for the Chinese life force?
Ching.
Correct. Lead singer Ian Brown co-founded the UK band The What Roses?
Stone.
Correct. In which country was painter Charles Blackman born?
Australian.
Correct. Spectacle Island is adjacent to which iconic Australian harbour?
Sydney.
Sydney.
Correct. The Kumado is a variety of which fruit?
Apple.
Stop the clock.
I'm thinking tomato.
Okay, go with tomato.
Kumato.
We're going to go with tomato.
It is a tomato. Well done. Well done to you. Chase needs 11. 57 on the clock. And your timer starts. Now, what is the official language of Mongolia?
Mongolian.
Mongolian?
Correct. Fashion label LAMB was created by singer Gwen.
Stefani.
Correct. Queens and Brooklyn are on which island close to Manhattan?
Wrong.
Correct. How many dice are used in a standard game of Scrabble?
None.
Correct. In boxing, the abbreviation UD stands for unanimous what?
Decision.
UD. Decision.
Correct. His company, Panerai, specialises in which fashion accessory?
Watch.
Correct. Which former high-security prison is in San Francisco Bay?
Alcatraz.
Alcatraz.
Correct. Which iconic singer's last film role was in Change of Habit?
Elvis Presley.
Correct.
Right.
The common shorter term for popular culture is what culture?
Pop.
Pop culture.
Correct. To which Disney troupe did Britney Spears belong?
Mickey Mouse Club.
Correct. What is the oldest university in the state of New York?
Columbia.
Columbia.
Oh, he's got it!
Oh,
Oh, wow.
52,000 gone. Oh.
Unbelievable. Sadly, I've got to say goodbye to that $52,000. Issa, I can't believe it.
I'm sorry too.
Ah.
I didn't know that last one immediately, so it was just an educated guess, and I landed it. What can I say?
And thanks for being with us. See you next time on The Chase Australia.
Tonight, a windsurfer dies after being pulled from the water in another Melbourne beach tragedy. A retired Hawthorn doctor laughs off claims of rape and sexual assault. Emergency warnings issued as the Rosedale bushfire flares again. Tributes after the tragic death of model Annalise Breakency. Festival goer tells how he escaped with his life after a car drove over his tent. And India celebrates as Australia laments a historic Test Series defeat.
Live from our Melbourne headquarters, this is 7 News with Mike Amor.
Good evening. A man has drowned at Aspendale Beach in Melbourne's southeast. Michael Felgate joins us now. And Michael, the man had been windsurfing.
Good evening, Mike. That's right. The male, aged in his mid-50s, was windsurfing off the coast of Aspendale just before 3:30 this afternoon when he got into difficulty. Now, the exact circumstances surrounding his drowning are not known at this stage, but what we do know is that his unresponsive body was dragged up on Aspendale Beach in front of devastated beachgoers.
He must have had a
Also
coronary.
believed a nurse was one of the first on scene, and she tried to resuscitate him using CPR, but sadly there was nothing that could be done. This afternoon's drowning takes this summer's total to 11, including a father and son who drowned on Christmas Eve. And Mike, with still a number of warm weeks expected, authorities are warning everyone to take care in the water.
Yeah, just terrible news. Thank you, Michael. Michael Felgate there. A retired doctor accused of raping and assaulting more than a dozen patients has laughed as he left court. The 75-year-old says he's not worried about more women coming forward, labelling the charges against him as stupid.
When Con Kiriakou arrived at court, he seemed shocked to see a news camera, but made it up the stairs without a problem. On his way out, there was a waiting media scrum, and the 75-year-old took a moment to steady his hair and his feet. The former Hawthorn doctor is accused of sexually assaulting several female patients who came to him for treatment.
Are you worried that other women will come forward?
No.
Kiriakou faces 34 charges dating back to 1978 through to 2002. They range from indecent assault involving non-consensual touching to rape. So far, 15 alleged victims have come forward. The youngest was just 16.
Why are you laughing, sir?
Because the whole thing's stupid.
But it's not to the women who say they were assaulted.
Kiriakou was only arrested after 3 of his former patients went public with their stories. And even though he knew he was being investigated by the health regulator, he only stopped practicing last year.
It's believed more victims have come forward in light of another investigation. It's possible more charges could be laid against the former doctor, who will also face a VCAT hearing for his alleged misconduct. Chanel Vella, 7 News.
The Gippsland bushfire emergency